technologies that you're hearing a lot about. And so I'm going to pass it over to the one technology that I probably honestly hear the most about. And what's funny is most of the time I hear it from cloud providers or other key participants. So Dave Smith is the CEO of Teradici, a company that we're very excited in. All right, Dave, I'm going to hand it off to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. I'm just going to start sharing my screen. So good day, everybody. My name is David Smith. I'm the CEO here at Teradici, and it's my great pleasure to be with everybody today. It's obviously a very unique time for us in our industry in particular, and for the world. So on behalf of everybody at Teradici, I hope everybody's well and stays safe. So what I'd like to basically talk about today and share with you is really our experience around what's happening today with respect to remote workforces, and in particular what we're seeing happening with respect to studios, in particular with content creators and artists and other people from a creative perspective. As it has been mentioned, we do have a wealth of experience in this space. Over the last 14 years, we've cared very passionately and very deeply about remoting technologies. It's essentially who we are and what we do. Over that period of time, we have millions of endpoints who are remoting over various means and ways. Certainly, we've been very active in many different industries and use cases, but in particular, we're pretty fond and very passionate about I would say visualization workflows and graphic intensive workflows, workflows that involve our wonderful ecosystem of GPU partners, people like NVIDIA and AMD and Intel and others, of course. But it's really these very complex workloads and workflows that we really feel that we add tremendous value to. And over the next 15 minutes, I just want to share with you some of our experience about what we're seeing from a remote work perspective. The really interesting thing, and it has been mentioned already a couple times by previous speakers, is that this concept of remote work is not a new one. And in particular in the M&E industry, we've had a tremendous amount of experience over the last number of years of really working in this industry with these pressure points, and I won't name them all. You can read through them, but clearly there has been pressure on the industry that has necessitated the need to look at remote work, and we've been very involved with that. And then clearly with the current situation in the world today, a lot of the work that we have been doing with our ecosystem of partners and the studios, it's really been accelerated. And that's really a key word from our perspective. Is this isn't necessarily new, but it's certainly been accelerated. And clearly there were some really drop dead deadlines and events that made it get accelerated. But from our experience, this is a hurry up offense of what had already been happening. So, we have been doing a lot of deployments with studios. We have been doing a lot of proof of concepts with studios, early deployments in some cases. From an ecosystem perspective, we've been doing a lot of work with the public cloud providers, certainly with Microsoft as a lead partner, but also with AWS and Google Cloud. The technology partners that I mentioned from a GPU and a CPU perspective are really important for us. The ISVs, people like Avid and Adobe and others, clearly from a solutions perspective, being able to work seamlessly across these ISVs is really important. So, from an ecosystem perspective, it's really who we are and how we operate, and the work that we have been doing over the last literally, months and years has really paid off in our state of readiness for what's happened now through the COVID-19 scenario. Okay, so it's not lost on us the importance of work from home, but at the same time, we were really confident and ready to respond and to react. And over the next few slides, I just want to share with you some of those very particular use cases and scenarios, and also share with you our own personal experience about working from home as well. So, to kind of simplify it, just from a key requirements perspective, we really see these four things as key requirements. They've been talked about a bit already today. Certainly security first and foremost, the ability to have secure content, whether that's on-prem or certainly in the cloud, certainly having your artists or your creative content providers buying into the solution, right? Things like latency become important, ease of use, connectivity, all of those things, just to have your artists say, yeah, I'm comfortable with this and I'm on board. From an infrastructure perspective, clearly there's lots of things to consider from a cloud architecture perspective, from a tools perspective, from a server room perspective, from a public cloud perspective, and that clearly needs to be in place. And then certainly last but not least, just from a tools perspective with artists, so we see a lot of requirements for special USB type devices, for example, the Wacom tablets, and just being able to support some of those USB input devices for artists to enable them to be productive. So these are some of the four things that we really see as key requirements. And again, this is us together with our ecosystem bringing these complete solutions to market. So really from us, from a solutions perspective, we have a suite of products. And the flagship there, we call it cloud access software. So that's really the pivotal point in our solution with respect to work from home. It's a very high performance software solutions that enables users to really deliver Windows and Linux desktops and applications to endpoints in what we consider a multi-cloud architecture. So for us, multi-cloud, you can interchange the words perhaps hybrid cloud, but it's the concept of whether it's a private cloud or a public cloud or a combination of any of those, that we can seamlessly deliver workloads to a remote user. And it's really based on our key component of our technology, PC over IP, which is really the ability to provide this pixels over the wire in a very secure manner, right? With very low latency, with very high frame rates. And it's the combination of these technologies together, again, with our partner ecosystem that really provides this wonderful user experience from a remote perspective. We think our technology has had a very positive impact from a remote work perspective, especially as we worked through this COVID-19 scenario. Certainly from a security perspective, being TPN, MPAA, and CDNSA kind of qualified and capable, we think is a really important consideration from a remote work perspective. We've listed some of the logos of the studios that we are working with. These are very much in the public domain. We have a number of others, of course, that we're not public with. I'll share some anecdotes, I guess, over the last kind of 5 weeks for us. So specifically for M&A, we've enabled over 300 studios globally to enable remote work, mostly from a VFX and from a broadcast perspective. And those 300 studios represent literally tens of thousands of workers, and we're pretty proud of that. To be able to deliver that in such a hurried up offense with relatively few issues, and believe me, it wasn't all seamless, but I'm really proud of the ecosystem. I'm proud of the team, and I'm really proud to be part of what has been a very positive solution, I think, in particular for the media and entertainment industry through this experience. So big shout out to our partners and to our customers, the ones that are on this slide, and of course the ones who aren't as well. Just a couple of use cases. I mentioned predominantly for M&E, we have use cases in broadcast and in VFX. So this is one that we're very public with ITN post-production. broadcast use case, of course. So through COVID-19, they've been able to move the majority of their content creation and edit people to a remote work scenario. It was done very seamlessly. You can read some of the details here, but certainly from a concurrent edit perspective, that was really the driver for the use case, and our ability to do that very seamlessly for these different workflows was a big reason for the selection of Teradici in terms of the solution. Big thanks to Avid as our ISV partner and joint partner here with this customer. So thanks, Jeff and team, for this particular use case and win. And certainly thanks to ITN for your trust and support in Teradici. From a VFX perspective, this is another use case. This is with DNEG. DNEG has been a long-standing customer of Teradici, and when we first started with them, remoting for them was actually an on-prem remoting scenario. So they wanted to remote their content creation people from their workstations, primarily for a security perspective. So we virtualized their environment with them, and then moved all the compute and storage to the back office, if you will, and remoted the workstations internally within the office. And clearly with the COVID-19 experience, we're now remoting workers from a work from home perspective, which was an extension of the architecture, if you will. But this is a very large deployment, and that's at scale. It's been very well proven out, and a big thanks and shout out to the team at DNEG for your support and trust in Teradici here. So thanks. So our own personal experience. So if I have the timeline right, on Sunday evening, the 15th of March, we decided as an executive team that we would make the move to move all of our employees to a work from home scenario. On Monday morning, the 16th of March, we announced to all staff that literally overnight, we would be moving to a work from home model. And on Tuesday morning, the 17th of March, all of our employees were working from home and extremely productive from home. And I said, if anybody can do it, of course we can, right? And by gosh, we did. It's been, I would say, an interesting transition for us internally to be playing defense, like most organizations, just from a COVID perspective, making sure our employees are staying safe and staying healthy, and caring and concerning for them as our top priority. But on the same time, very much playing offense from a business perspective in terms of supporting our customers and our partner ecosystem with their needs and requirements to have their workers working from a home or from a remote perspective. So it's been challenging, I would say, for us as an organization to balance those. Again, I'm extremely proud of team, how we've stepped up and supported requirements for the industry. And this picture shows one of our product managers in his work from home environment. I'm not sure how productive his dog is, but I know Ariane is very productive in his home environment. Just to close, there's a few things if you wanted to take some notes, just in terms of, we have created a remote work from home microsite on teradici.com. You can see the URL there. We've also got a number of customer stories and use cases published if you want to see some reference architectures and how other people are handling the work from home scenario with Teradici. And certainly there's a lot of information on the website just in general about cloud access software.